Paytm is no longer a FASTag provider. Paytm Payments Bank has been excluded from the list of 32 authorized banks which are expected to roll out FASTag services. Kartik, this was expected, of course, with Paytm Payments Bank not hoping to continue its business after 29th of February, or even if it's hoping to continue business, may not get that license to do so come 29th of February.
Yeah, I mean, I think, the question on the license still goes with a very big question mark. That is, RBI actually going to pull that license, or is there going to be some scope for further?
Doesn't make sense to have a license if you can't operate.
Yeah, I mean, maybe again there is some breakthrough that comes. Maybe there are some talks which emerge into something more positive for Paytm Payments Bank and its merchants and its customers. But as things stand, of course, we know the signs are fairly clear on the street that from the smallest to the larger merchants, they all want to port out. They all want to switch over to other banking partners. But I think broadly the FASTag story doesn't come as a surprise at all, Shweta, because we knew for a fact that 29th February is the last date till when users of FASTag on the Paytm FASTag service could add more money into their FASTag accounts. Now, that is not going to happen after the 29th of February. So, obviously, what happens to those users is question one. I think the simple answer is, even though reports right now suggesting that the FASTags are going to become inoperative, the Paytm FASTags are going to become inoperative, I think by inoperative, it means you cannot add more money. But the RBI's, order of 31st Jan was fairly clear that all these services which may be linked to the Paytm platform of services can be used until the balance dries up to zero. So that is one part of the story. Now, obviously, the highway authorities, the toll collection authorities in the country are going to have to ensure that people still have FASTags when they are on highways.
Absolutely.
And for those FASTags, there has to be a banking partner that issues them. Now, Paytm, since it cannot receive fresh funds from the 1st of March, it's fairly obvious that from the list of 32 authorized banks, Paytm has been knocked off.
Right.
So there are other banks, there are other FASTag providers which are part of that list of 32, but Paytm is not one of them.
All right, NHAI notified list that has now excluded, and the list on your screens at this point in time, that is now excluded Paytm Payments Bank from authorized FASTag providers. But, just spending just another minute to understand what happens to Paytm Payments Bank from here on. We know that cutoff deadline is 29th of February. No headway on whether Payments Bank will continue from Paytm's kitty.
Yeah, I think, whatever we can say right now will be in the realm of speculation. We know for a fact that RBI is unlikely to extend that deadline and is not seemingly willing to come on the table with Paytm and find an amicable, mutually acceptable ground. Paytm on its account is pushing with its new advisory board, is pushing for some sort of a way out of this mess that it finds itself in. But yeah, I think, if things were to go bad, the next step would be cancelling the Paytm Payments Bank license, and that seems probable, definitely plausible, but highly probable as well. And if things were to go in favor of Paytm, then I think the next step is going to be some sort of either an extension of the deadline or some scope of further talks between RBI and Paytm Payments Bank.
And all of that is speculation at the moment. It doesn't look like there is any headway for Paytm just as yet when it comes to its payment bank's function. The 29th of February deadline stays.